Welcome, everybody, to the first episode of the podcast. And I did say podcast because as of this recording, we have no idea what we're going to call it. I'm Bob, and I'm sitting here with my beautiful co-host and wife, Katie. Say hello, Katie.
Hello.
So, we decided to do this because I got a job where I'm traveling a little bit, and I started listening to the podcast, and I thought, hey, we should do that. Just talk about things, record it, see if anybody else wants to hear it. I think the main thing behind that is we have two twins now, and we don't get any sleep. So our conversations have been really weird and sketchy at times, to be honest. So we thought maybe we'd record it and, see what happens. So we're just going to have conversations that we would normally have. We've lined it out just a little bit to make sure we don't have too much dead air. But we're going to get it started and see what we think. The plan was to sit down with a nice cup of tea and just have the conversation, but one of our children has decided for the past 2 hours to cry. So instead of tea, we are now drinking wine and vodka. So we'll see what happens by the end of this. And
Not mixed together.
she's drinking the wine, I'm having the vodka. So, as we get these episodes started, we'll talk about a bunch of different things. I'm into a lot of pop culture, comic books, toys, cons, that sort of thing. Katie pretty much does babies all the time. That's her life. I'll come home and say, hey, what's new, and what do you normally say?
Most of our conversations are about poop or vomit, or the combination thereof.
In the past 2 days, I have worn 6 different shirts because all of them have vomit on them.
The trick is just to wear the vomit-covered shirt all day because there's really no point in changing. That's what I've learned. So at any given time throughout the day, I have vomit on me somewhere.
We did forget something. Where's your phone at?
I don't know.
Dead air. I'm going to grab her phone. We need to time this so that we don't take it crazy overboard. So I actually can't see the time on my recording device, aka iPhone. So what we're going to talk about today is actually eBay. And what spawned this, let me get the stopwatch going, was I was at a retail environment, about 2 weeks ago?
Mm-hmm.
And I cut the corner down an aisle, and I walk up on 2 strangers, just 2 guys, and in a very stern voice and look on the guy's face, he looks at the other gentleman and says, "You can't sell fecal matter on eBay." And I just stopped dead in my tracks. They both looked at me, I looked at them. No words were exchanged, and they turned and walked away, and I just couldn't help but to think to myself, what the hell were they talking about? That somebody needs to tell another person you can't sell crap on eBay. Like, not just junk, but actual human feces.
Well, you don't know it was human. They didn't specify.
You know what? That never even crossed my mind. Maybe he was trying to sell manure for gardening.
Fertilizer.
Absolutely.
That's the only good explanation that I can think of.
So, I decided to come home and Google what you can and cannot sell on eBay, and obviously the things that you can extremely outweigh the things that you can't. So, I've got 20 items that we're going to talk about.
20
items. Some of them will cruise through
I'm
pretty
curious.
fast. The first 10 that we're going to talk about is, I don't think it's really a surprise, some of this stuff. So,
live animals? I'm sure that's on the list.
Probably.
Like, you can't sell a hamster and, poke holes in the box and mail it to somebody.
So, give me a few things that you think are going to be on this list.
Well, poop and live animals.
Like together or separately?
Well, where there's live animals, there's poop.
Either way, huh? So if you're not allowed to sell feces, then you probably can't sell animals, because by the time it gets there, there's going to be feces involved.
I can't think of anything else right now. I don't know. People sell everything on eBay.
Everything. Okay, so let's get started with the list. And like I said, some of them are going to be pretty self-explanatory.
People. I hope people is not on that list.
People. Oh.
Or parts of people. Like organs.
I think you can buy bones, right? Don't people sell bones? Maybe you can buy bones on eBay. We'll check it out. So, first item on the list, pretty common thing, knockoffs of music, TV shows, or movies, aka the bootleg. So you can't be burning music on blank CDs and selling them on eBay. Same thing with TV shows, movies, that sort of stuff. You can't pirate music in movies and TVs and sell them on eBay. I completely agree.
There's
with
other
that.
websites for that.
Plus, yeah, absolutely. If you want to do this stuff, don't pay for it on eBay. That's ridiculous. If you're going to pay money for it, go buy the real thing. Second item, software and computer games. Same thing. Things that you can copy, burn. You could download it onto your... This is not urine that's happening right now. She is refilling her wine glass. Computer games, you could theoretically load a computer game onto your laptop, computer, whatever, and sell the disc because you don't need it anymore once you load it up. This one hit home for you, sweetheart. The so-called replica handbags, designer sunglasses, and clothing. So no fake Prada on eBay.
I don't know about that. I'm pretty sure I've seen some knockoffs on there.
I'm not saying that they're not on there. I'm just saying eBay says it's not allowed. Alcoholic beverages. So no
I didn't
wine
think about that.
No wine or vodka. There is a clause here that I read somewhere, and it's actually not on this list. You can't sell alcohol, but you can sell the containers that they come in for collector reasons. Like some people collect wine bottles, old vintage wine bottles.
Yeah.
My dad used to dig up old, sites from the Civil War and stuff like that, and you would find whiskey bottles and poison bottles and stuff like that. So that is okay. Next thing, cigarettes, cigars, smokeless tobacco, or coupons for those items you cannot sell on eBay. So, if you've got a pocket full of coupons for some cigarettes, don't throw them on eBay. Just go give them to some friends, or better yet, burn them because this stuff's bad for you. Let's see. Guns, firearms are strictly regulated by U.S. law and may not be sold on eBay. So, don't put your gat on the web and hope for it to turn out good. I'm pretty sure when you put stuff on eBay that they don't like, it flags. You could probably, get away with some stuff, but I think they'll know. I'm sure this multi-billion-dollar company's got some kind of firewall set up to
I'm
not
sure they have
put
some sort of
themselves
quality control.
in too much trouble. All right, next thing. Satellite and cable TV descramblers are forbidden by the Federal Trade Commission. So, growing up, did you ever have any experience with any of those?
I don't think so.
Hypothetically, because I'm not ratting myself out, I've seen them plenty of times. It started out with the cable descramblers was the first thing that I ever saw. Basically, you get basic cable, route it into this box, and it would unlock everything.
Oh, okay.
That was back before satellite was mainstream. At this time, if you had satellite, you had that 20-foot disc
The humongous.
outside your house that you still see
Yeah.
every now and then. People are growing stuff in them, or they're just sitting there looking weird. So that's what that is. Then, obviously, when satellite started going mainstream, they put descramblers out for those. And those were a little bit different. You had a card, actually, that you had to put into the box, and it would descramble the satellite. And the company started getting, catching on to it. So what they would do is, if they found any kind of discrepancies, they would just zap it. And if it was a customer, a legitimate customer, he would call and go, "Hey, my stuff's out." and they would repair it for you, but 9 times out of 10 it was that person trying to steal satellites.
Yeah.
It's gone. Here's one that is kind of complex. Tickets to events. The reason that you can't sell these on eBay is because there's different laws for different states. Like in Florida, there's a weird law that if you live in Florida and you buy a ticket to an event in Florida, you cannot resell that ticket for any more than $1 above the original price.
Really?
But if you live outside of Florida, that law doesn't apply to you. So basically, they don't want the people in Florida buying up tickets to an event, down there in America's penis, and having, just going outrageous prices with them, which scalping's pretty much illegal anywhere you go. But because there's not an even law for these tickets from state to state, eBay pretty much said, let's just not do it at all. So those were the 10 normal things that you listen to and go, you know what, I get it. They probably shouldn't be sold on eBay. So any thoughts about those? Disagreements?
No, I think if you're a normal, not crazy person, you should have no problem not selling those things on eBay.
Agreed. So we got 10 more items that are going to be a little more sketchy, that things that you shouldn't see on eBay or attempt to see on eBay. And just so we're clear about this, the information that we are gathering in and giving to you guys, I don't know if it's true. It's just stuff that I Googled and figured out. So if anything that I'm saying doesn't make sense, you just contact us, let us know. As of right now, we don't have any emails or anything like that we're going to give out. Maybe check out episode number 2 if that does come about, and maybe we'll have some information for you, a way to contact us. So here we go on to the more sketchy stuff that you shouldn't see on eBay. Partially used cosmetics.
Ew. That's
So,
disgusting.
do you have a massive collection of nail polish maybe sitting in your closet?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Lots of nail polish that maybe you only used one time. Well, eBay says you can't sell it. Maybe you went out and bought that expensive facial kit. I don't know what I'm talking about right now. I know you can go
No,
out,
makeup can be really expensive.
You
and
go
then,
out and buy this kit, get home, and go,
like,
Jeez.
there's an eyeshadow palette I want right now, and it is $50, and I cannot bring myself to spend that kind of money for eyeshadow. So if I wanted it really, really bad, I'm not saying I would do that, but somebody might want it really bad and not want to spend the $50. Go, hey, I'll just buy it used on eBay. I don't mind.
I don't know anything about makeup really, but I hear you talking sometimes about how you get the foundation, I guess, and it's got to match your skin tone. So maybe somebody goes out and spends $60, $70 on this kit and realizes it doesn't match their skin tone. You need to take it back to the store because eBay's like, no.
And most places will take it back, like, in that instance. So, yeah, these people need to just quit being weird. Either come off the money and go buy it brand new, or just don't have it at all. I mean, for hygienic purposes.
Do you got anything else you want to say about used cosmetics?
No, that's
so,
weird.
So ladies
weird.
and a very small group of guys out there, don't sell your used makeup on eBay. Just move on about your life. Go find the stuff that fits and keep going. Next item, prison uniforms. You cannot sell prison uniforms on eBay.
Wow.
So my question is,
who would be selling the prison uniforms?
Whoever, it doesn't matter.
Like, whenever you get
I'm
out of
more
prison, do you
interested-
get to take home your uniform?
It
I don't know, because I've never gone to prison, but I think that they keep those whenever you check out, right?
Maybe, I don't know. That wasn't my thought, though. I'm not so much interested in the person that sells the prison uniforms, because people try to sell all kinds of weird stuff. I'm more interested in the person that wants to buy the uniform that belonged to a prison.
Well, somebody could want it for, like, a Halloween costume or something.
And you know what? Halloween costumes fake prison costumes are absolutely legit on eBay. I looked it up. So how do you tell the difference? You know,
I have no idea. I have no experience with prison uniforms.
is there was there a pandemic of people putting on prison uniforms and trying to get into jail? You know, maybe they're trying to sneak something in. I don't know.
We know there's people out there that sneak things into jail for people. So who knows? Maybe there's somebody out there who would, don the prison uniform and try to sneak into the prison to trade places with their whoever. I'm assuming they have to care very much for this person. That's crazy, but that's the only thing I can think of.
You know, a few years ago, I don't know where it happened, but these two teenagers got some prison jumpsuits and handcuffs and started running through this small town. And, a bunch of people got nervous, obviously.
Goodness.
So the cops got called. There's prison inmates running around. I'm assuming wherever they were at were near a prison. And lo and behold, helicopters got called in. And they eventually did catch these guys and fined their parents. I want to say it was like $15,000 or something outrageous like that. Not so much a fine, but going, hey, we had to use gasoline, manpower, and a helicopter to figure out what was going on.
That's a lot of resources for a practical joke or whatever those kids were trying to do.
Sure.
I'm sure they thought it was hilarious.
Eyeglasses. You can't sell eyeglasses on eBay.
Like prescription?
That is correct. For any of you that are trying to get some eyeglasses cheap, because they can be expensive, sure, you're not allowed to do it. And the reason is because it is a medical device, like a defibrillator or a pacemaker, and eBay simply won't allow them to be sold. So it falls into the whole thing of, it's a medical device, and we want to try to steer clear of it. Here's an interesting one. Cave artifacts from federal land. So, a rock, anything that you might have done, spelunking. Did I use that correctly? Spelunking, isn't that when they go down in the caves and hang around and be bored and stuff, try to find Batman, what have you?
I don't think I'd be bored if I was down in a cave.
Well, apparently if you go spelunking on federal land, anything that you pull out of there, you can't sell on eBay. And I'm assuming if you can't sell it on eBay,
you probably can't
can't have it.
Period. Or true.
So I don't know about that. This is a fun one. Magic potions.
Oh boy!
So,
oh my god!
You cannot market magic potions and sell them on eBay. Thoughts, comments?
I don't even know what to say.
Alcohol, it falls into the same category. I feel like what I'm having right now is a magic potion. I was pretty stressed out when we first got started, baby screaming, and now my magic potion is making me feel pretty good. Let's see. This is a real and interesting phenomenon that may be more common than you think. eBay has taken action to ban services that may not be real. So people trying to sell magic potions on eBay actually got pretty intense for a few minutes, I guess. And eBay was like, "Whoa, hold up, we're not marketing, magic." I guess. Now that being said, I can go online and buy magic kits. So it's kind of, I guess.
But I don't know.
I don't know. You got to be weird, There was an episode of The Big Bang Theory where Raj orders a handcrafted Harry Potter wand, and he gets the box in, and it's a stick. He was like, some kid went into his backyard and mailed me a stick. I mean, that kind of stuff happens. There was an issue.
So, you think the reason behind that rule is to protect the people out there that may truly believe that it is magic?
Yeah, I'm going to go with idiots. That's the word I'm going to use.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Did eBay have to come up with this rule because there was, people out there who's ordering these magic potions and they get them home and then come to find out they really aren't magic.
Yeah.
And, they, go to eBay and it's I need my money back. This magic potion is not working.
I don't know if this is on the list. I don't think it is, but a couple years ago, someone listed and sold an air guitar.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
So I don't know if it was a joke, whatever. And a guy bought it, and it got to his house, and he was upset because when he opened the box, there was nothing inside. And when he contacted the seller,
How much did he pay for this
I
guitar?
don't. Whatever it was too much.
I didn't know that there was a
He
market
probably
for
had
air
shipping.
guitars.
I guess the shipping wouldn't have been too outrageous because it was an empty box. But
Imagine the person who sold it having to go ship it.
Yeah,
They go to the post office and is like, "Excuse me, I need to mail this empty box."
that guy must have woke up laughing that night. But he contacted the seller, and the seller was like, "Look, it was in the description. It was an air guitar. That's what I sent you." But eBay ultimately had that guy give him the money back. So, what are you gonna do?
I'm saying if you're,
Oh, absolutely. I agree.
if you're dumb enough to
Yeah.
you pay money for an air guitar, then you deserve to lose your money.
Sure, absolutely. Next item on the list: prayers. You cannot sell prayers.
Prayers
On
should
eBay.
be free.
Prayers should be free. But for the evangelists out there, the guys that you see on TV, hey, call
I
in.
get it. Send me so much
Give me
money.
some money, give me
and
some money. You
this will
cannot-
happen.
You cannot sell your prayers on eBay. You cannot tell somebody, hey, if you send me $5, I'll send one up to the big guy for you.
That's sad that we live in a world that eBay has to make rules like that because that's just sad.
So eBay no longer allows that. Thank God. Lockpicks. You cannot sell lockpicks on eBay. This one kind of throws me off because if you ever looked at a lockpick, it's a piece of flat metal with edges on it. You know what I mean? So I'm sure you could actually put that. I mean, how would you know the difference? Whether somebody's just selling a weird piece of metal or not. I do know that, the ones that AAA, the police use, whatever, to unlock doors, it is illegal to have those in your vehicle, if you're not registered.
Yeah,
So,
you have to
own like a wrecker service or something like that. So, I mean, I get that one. We don't want to be sending out a bunch of people easy ways to break into my stuff, you know what I mean? So
I'm kind of glad for that. But not just everybody can get their hands on lock picks and things.
And this stops really the honest people, not the people that are actually trying to get their hands on
Oh yeah, I'm
stuff.
sure if you really want to pick somebody's lock bad enough, you can get your hands on it somewhere.
Sure. Replica coins. That's probably good for, my dad collects coins. So I'm sure, he hopes that he doesn't get any fakes out there. But are there replica coins being sold on eBay right now? Absolutely. There's some out there that are just, reproduced so well that it's really, really hard to tell the difference. And there's somebody getting ripped off every single day. So, once again, I think it's the honest people that aren't putting replica coins up because the person that's gone through all of this trouble to make a fake coin and sell it for $100 is probably just.
I'm sure they're not trying to list it as a replica.
Yeah, sure.
Like, no, this
is
is
the real thing, mother.
This is the real deal.
So there you go. This one's pretty good. The book "If I Did It" by O.J. Simpson, not allowed on eBay.
Like that one specific.
That one specific
of all
book.
the books in the world, they singled out that one book.
Yeah. The strange pseudo-confessing tome by acquitted murder suspect O.J. Simpson. It actually never, it almost never got printed because it was such a controversial thing. But ultimately it did. I don't think a whole lot of them got printed, so there's not like an outrageous amount of these out there. And I normally, I collect comic books and, I try to sell them and stuff like that. So if I wanted to check the value on something, I would go to eBay and, hey, what is this selling for right now? And I guess you can't do that with this book, but I would imagine it's probably got a little bit of value to it to some weird, strange collectors of O.J. Simpson paraphernalia. So, I don't know. Kind of weird that you can't sell that book.
Yeah, I can't believe it's just that one specific book.
The last thing on the list, psychic readings. Can't be a psychic on eBay. So
Good enough.
how does that work? How do you do psychic readings on the internet? How does that happen?
I don't know. I've never done a psychic reading. I've never been the giver or the recipient of a psychic reading on the internet or in person or over the phone or in any way, shape, or form. So I know nothing about that.
So I mean, you've bought things on eBay, and the child is waking up. We're gonna have to cut this short here soon. You bought things on eBay. You know how that process works. So you pay for it, and then you get an email. Cut your hair, and good things will happen to you. I mean, like, how does that happen? How does that work? Like, what is the steps that someone would take to try to take advantage of someone that needs a little help? Because I feel like that's who goes to psychics. You know, somebody that needs just a little more reassurance that things are going to be okay. And I hate that
Looking for guidance.
Yeah, I hate that we have people out there taking advantage of those situations. So there you have it. 20 items that you cannot sell on eBay. So don't try these at home, kids. I really guess that's all I got to say about that. I was shocked that feces was not on the list. Body parts, humans, as you so told. Animals, wasn't that on the list?
No, I don't think so.
I think I might have skipped some stuff because I was pretty sure I read something about wildlife. Yeah, I don't know.
You see, of all the things on that list, I was thinking like live animals, or like you can't sell a kidney on eBay or something. I'm really surprised that those types of things aren't on there.
Yeah, I actually missed it. There it is right there. Animals and wildlife products may not be sold, which includes stuffed birds and pelts from endangered species. So, Toucan Sam stuffed with cotton or whatever, it can't be sold, I guess. Toucans, are they endangered species? I don't see a lot of them around here. I don't know.
I think they live in like the rainforest.
So you bird specialists out there that are listening to the podcast, shoot us an email. Like I said before, you'll have to listen to a couple more episodes to figure out how to get in touch with us. Let us know what some of these endangered birds are that we can't be selling on eBay, just to make everybody safe. We'll bring it back up in another episode. I guess that's it. We're gonna start wrapping it up. I think one of the kids are starting to wake up. This is mommy and daddy time.
They're always awake.
They're always awake. Things are always crazy. I feel like that went pretty well. I hope you guys had a blast. Katie was pretty nervous. We did a little 5-minute test run earlier, played it back, and what was the word you used? Bumpkin?
Country bumpkin. I sound like a country bumpkin.
She thinks she sounds like a country bumpkin. You never know what we're going to talk about. Whatever tickles us that day, I guess. With the program I'm using right now, we're probably going to keep these podcasts at around 30 minutes. I think this one's around 28 or so. And I feel like if you listen to it all the way through, then that's a win for us. Maybe we're a little bit more interesting than we already were. And if you've already cut it off by now, then forget you. And I can say that because you'll never know anyways. But thanks for tuning in. Or is that what you say with a podcast? Because it's not a radio station, right? Thanks for downloading. Thanks for
listening.
And checking us out. And if you have anything that you would like us to talk about, once again, hopefully we'll get you some contact information to get up with us. And names. We got to come up with a name for the show. Crazy Katie and Bob. I don't know, something weird. Late night with crazy parents. I don't know, there's going to be something out there. But that's it. Thanks a lot, and we'll see you next time.